Have you ever thought about using trading bots? I used Bitsgap in the last bull market and turned $1,000 into $50,000 within a 5-month period. I documented the whole process and put it in a playlist if you want to see that, along with other training videos and tutorials how to set bots up and make the most of the volatility of the crypto market. If you sign up with a link in the description, you'll get a 7 days free trial with no obligation to continue, and you can also use a demo account within Bitsgap so you don't have to risk your own capital. Bitsgap. Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at Pamp City. We're having a great old time now. So Bitcoin obviously broke through that major resistance. What was this? Well, it was on Thursday, Friday, wasn't it really? So that's cool, and it's continued on since then, as you would expect from breaking through the major zone. Heading up towards that next major level between the well, it's between 42 and 43 in all fairness. So let's have a look at momentum. Pretty good, not overheated, no bearish divergence on this daily. In fact, it does look like it's only getting started. We should still feel particularly concerned about the weekly money flow index, but you know, a new week has closed and a new week has begun, and with that comes one little tiny drawdown on the money flow index. So it is high. You know, we are approaching a top, if not already at it, but we're definitely approaching a top based on a weekly. I'm not going to go into details, but come on guys, you know that this is a weekly chart. I know most of you recognize this. And with that comes weeks. 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 Not minutes. So by the time you finish watching this video, Captain Noobmaster, just because I'm saying it's an overheated read, which comes with a lot of risk, doesn't mean that by the end of the video, you'll be seeing $20,000 Bitcoin. You know that. Some people don't. Anyway, so that's your weekly analysis based on what we see here. It is overheated, but there is a tiny pullback down on that. But again, the main thing for really would to be focusing on the daily, which again is showing no signs of letting up, and wants to continue on for more. Same with the 4 hourly, no bearish divergence on this 4 hourly. You know, the money flow index over here is only at 89, which still wants more as well, so it does look like it wants to continue on for more. Pullbacks can obviously get bought back up, and I expect them to get bought back up. But now what I'm thinking about now is that with this breakout on Bitcoin comes a tasty breakout on Total 2 that we saw yesterday. Perfect breakout the day before, a perfect retest of that, and up and away. So that's good. Same setup with Ethereum, and this is what we've been talking about now for, well, weeks really. We want the breakout on Ethereum and Total 2. When you get the breakout on Total 2 and Ethereum, you'd like to see a retest of that. Arguably, you'd like to see a retest when moving averages are at that level, but we didn't. We just got a perfect retest of it. Perfect, should I say. So it adds more weight to the idea that this is going to move back up. And so it does look like we're in Altseason 2.0. It's hard for some people to imagine that there could be a variety of different trading setups going on all in one go, and you've got to decide which way to play it. There is no crystal ball. There is no absolute definite has to be a certain way. We were thinking that maybe we have already reached the top on Bitcoin not too long ago, and that altcoins were particularly risky because they hadn't broken out yet. That's why they hadn't broken out yet, as in like as the overall potential Altseason 2.0. Because obviously we all got Altseason 1.0. We got that when everybody was saying, "What are you talking about, Altseason?" And that was about 2 months ago or more when I was saying that, and obviously that, you know, several 100% later, we're loving it. If you want Altseason 2.0, this is the sort of thing we'll be looking for, which is what we've got now. So waiting for the breakout, receiving the breakout, and then taking positions after the breakout and the retest. Excelente. So good stuff on Ethereum, good stuff on Total 2. So you should expect good stuff across the board now. Doesn't mean it's up only. You said Altseason, I bought the second that the video ended and we went down. What's going on? Why didn't, when I pressed buy, did it not immediately go up? That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Learning to trade is different to listening to general thoughts of where the market's going to trend, which I think is going to continue to trend higher. For, yeah, as far as today is concerned, that is the general direction of what it appears to look like, at least for the majority of this week. That's what it looks like. Doesn't mean that it's definitely going to do that. You know that. You know that. This is not, I'm not reading a horoscope here. You know, this isn't a sci-fi movie where I can see 24 hours into the future. This is trend and momentum analysis. And at the moment, the trend and momentum continues to move up. More now than ever because we've made these major breakouts. Ethereum broken out from the last previous major high, which was all the way back here in April. So it's a big deal, although it is early stages, it is a big deal. And obviously the Total 2, which is the market cap excluding Bitcoin, has made a breakout probably a little bit more extreme. And we were looking at this for a move up to roughly around, it was around just short of 40% from here to here. And that's where we'd be looking for. That's the sort of move. It's about a 37.6% move. Excellent. So that does look like it's on the cards, and with that should be the next stage of alt season. Right, let's have a look at Bitcoin dominance then, for what it's worth. We're up 1% now. So is there any reason to see a rejection here, or are altcoins just going to move up with Bitcoin at the same time? That's the main question. And as far as I can tell, based on the daily, no reason to get rejected. On the 4 hourly, no reason to be rejected. On the weekly, no reason to be rejected. Monthly, we've gone through this a few times. There could be another moving average which is more relevant than the 50 exponential, like we saw over here. We wicked above it, closed above it, and came back down. So maybe we're talking maybe like a 55 exponential moving average on a monthly. So I wouldn't say that there's a particular reason for it to be rejected from here, but we can only assume that maybe there is another moving average which holds more relevance to it. But I'm not going to keep tampering with my charts to please my bias that I want to see a rejection from here. We may not. The next major real rejection is going to be this horizontal level around 57%, 58% dominance. So maybe we trend up there together with altcoins trending too, but Bitcoin leading the game. Maybe that's what we see. Operative word being maybe. So the dominance chart's not giving much away, but the total 2 and Ethereum and generally most altcoins at this point are what we are focusing on. And obviously we recognize that Bitcoin's making a major breakout, but we are heading towards a sort of major resistance zone. We'll call it, for Ethereum, the first level is going to be 2,400. For Bitcoin, it's roughly around, well, to be fair, it's, I don't want to call it 43 flat, but if you bust 43, then it would be around 45. And to be fair, I reckon the top on this one, if we do continue with this, because again, we're not showing any signs of loss of momentum here, it's going to be around 48. So it's not the greatest thing to keep moving the goalposts higher and higher and higher. But with this kind of breakout, with this kind of momentum, it does sort of point to that general direction. But let's always be careful as we are approaching a top. This isn't Bitcoin at 15, 19 or 21,000. You know, this is Bitcoin in the lower $40,000 zone. Somebody has to buy the top. They always do. Don't let it be you. I certainly wouldn't advise buying Bitcoin at this level. I think altcoins are still more attractive, but with altcoins comes significant risk, because Bitcoin could say, that's it for me, blah, blah, blah. Last thing we'll look at then, a bit of Dixie analysis. So Dixie is moving back up here on the daily, getting rejected already on the 10 exponential, also this horizontal, so where we broke down from. So to be fair, kind of looks like it might stay below this zone and continue to go down. Several drives of bearish divergence on the way up, which is fine. So again, more weight to the idea that this is a zone to get rejected from. You break this one though, because again, it was a major sort of death cross retest really on the 4 hourly, bang, and then sort of stumbling blocks along the way. If we do get rejected from here and keep going down, then yeah, we will fall down and make another lower low. Too early really to say on a Monday, but if I had to put any kind of weight on what I'm looking at, I'd still be looking at the general trend being down. So look at the 1 hourly. Any strength on this 1 hourly? Not particularly, no. Struggling with this area. So a breakout from 103.4 probably would get a nice move up. I'd base that on the 4 hourly and probably target all the way up to 104.5-ish area before another pullback. And it'd still be a downtrend. There's no two ways about it. But a move back up on that level could happen. You know, just from being in the market for so many years, I often find that, yeah, obviously with crypto it's slightly different, but Mondays sort of set the stage. And if we do continue to go down here, fine. Tuesdays, often known as turnaround Tuesdays, do the opposite of a Monday, and if they break supports or resistances on that turnaround Tuesday, then that also changes the general idea of how the rest of the week's going to unfold. But if they just move up to resistances, you know, if we're trending up on a Monday and then we see a downtrend continue on a Tuesday, so long as all supports or resistances are respected, you should then just continue with the overall momentum, which in our case and in the case of stocks and obviously crypto, you know, all of that should continue to move up. But tomorrow is probably going to be a day where it kind of resets, and if there's any time to be buying anything, it would be on that Tuesday, which again, I do a live stream on a Tuesday evening. So if you want to join the Patreon for that, then that's when we look at all charts that you want me to look at. You know, it's a live stream. You tell me what you want to see. We'll have a look at it together. It's always a good time to look at it on a Tuesday because it's the inverse of the general trend. And so if there is usually an opportunity to buy a dip, it's a Tuesday. To be fair, it is a Tuesday. So I'll leave it with you to decide. Other than that, though, overall, it does look pretty sweet, I have to say. Altcoins particularly more interesting than Bitcoin. It might be the beginning of that 2021 type of move. Not as far as epic gains are concerned, but Bitcoin reaching particular peaks and maybe a rotation from its market cap into altcoins. Because that is the dream. That's the crypto dream. That is the alt season, proper one. Not where just alts just rally. It's where alts outperform and start to devour the market cap of Bitcoin in the short term and giving us the big, super epic, massive gains. But generally speaking, it's all looking pretty good. And so my bias at this stage now would be for the Altseason 2.0. Right, thanks for watching. I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.